It's your man Dominique here, Talkin Sports. I got my man Ray. I got my man Ant. We
What
here
up,
to talk
world?
sports. We're here to get it in. We're here to talk about what's going on in the NBA. Right now, we're going to talk about trade season. The February 10th is the NBA trade deadline. There are a lot of trade. There are trades that have just happened recently, and then there are trades that are expected to happen. Potential trades. Teams are negotiating, trying to get the best deal possible. So, real quick, I just want to really talk about that Clippers trade to ask you guys your opinion because it's so recent. It just happened just the other day over the weekend. Now, what is your thought process on that you sent Eric Bledsoe, Keon Johnson, a 22 second round pick, and who else they sent out?
Justice Winslow.
Justice Winslow.
Winslow.
Justice Winslow to Portland for Robert Covington and
Norman Powell.
Robert Covington
Norman Powell.
and Norman Powell. What do y'all think about that?
I'll go first. Yeah, I'll go first. I don't think it was really a good move, especially on Norman Powell's behalf. I do not see Eric Bledsoe as, a good asset to turn in, the Blazers circus show around. He's only averaging like, 9 a game, and he's not, he's not the same player he was back in his Phoenix days and in Milwaukee. So it's like the Blazers going from bad to worse.
I think the Blazers are selling. The Blazers are selling here. They are giving that's a fire sale, and I think they could have did better because they traded 2 first-round picks to get Robert Covington, and you traded them away for a box of cookies. What you think, Ray?
I'm gonna have to agree with him. Like, I don't think Eric Bledsoe is once what we knew him as he was before in the Phoenix days, even in Milwaukee. He had a terrible season in New Orleans previous to what happened in LA. I think he has accepted his role because he was a starter for so long on these different teams. But I think now he's come to the terms that, you know what, I'm just going to be a second. I'm going to be coming off the bench. And, you don't want that coming to your team, knowing what you know about his past. Like, I don't want this Eric Bledsoe on my team. I want the Eric Bledsoe we saw in Milwaukee. I want the Eric Bledsoe we saw in Phoenix. So I think the Blazers lose out in this trade. I think the Clippers, on the other hand, got better pieces. Robin Covington he can play the 3, the 4. He can even play the 2 because he's a decent shooter. He's a two-way player. Norman Powell's a good jump shooter. Norman Powell also plays good defense. So I think the Clippers won this trade, to be honest with you.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. It's beneficial to the Clippers, but not for the Blazers. And Powell, as a young talented player as he is, he's definitely going to help out the Clippers numbers wise, averaging 18 a game and also can grab rebounds.
If the Blazers don't do another trade that makes sense, the reason why they made this trade, then I think you should be firing that GM. Because that was horrible. That was a horrible trade.
Bad move.
It was horrible. Now, I think the Blazers are in the position where they do have to trade CJ McCollum at this particular moment. You don't want to go into the offseason having to trade CJ McCollum. I think you should get ready to try to trade CJ McCollum, get what you can get from him now, and try to get some pieces back, maybe a couple of young players and a first-round pick. That should be your range for CJ McCollum because he can go out there. He can help a lot of teams with some scoring. And
you're a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he's a pretty decent 3-point shooter. So I feel like, he's back. He's healthy a little bit. And I feel like you may not get top dollar for him because if I'm a team that's taking CJ McCollum is older. He's had a lot of injuries in his career. He's missed a lot of games. He missed a lot of games, on average every season. So I don't know if I would do that. I would give a lot. I want him, but I don't know if I want to give a lot. And also, he does have a big contract this year too, as well.
Yeah.
What do you got with what do you guys think about that Celtics trade that was done a few weeks back with the trade for PJ Dozier? And it was a three-team trade. PJ Dozier went to Boston and Bobo. What y'all think about that?
I think. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, I'll go first. Even though I'm not the Boston guy. I'll go first. I like the move that I like that the Celtics can get Bobo. I've actually been preaching that he should have been traded from the Nuggets a long time ago. Denver didn't use his talent. We all know what Bobo can do. We saw him in high school. He was a Instagram, YouTube sensation. We saw that he can dribble, pass, shoot. He has a similar game to Kevin Durant. And I think if Boston is smart enough, they can use his talent wisely. I don't want him to be in the G League. I don't want him to continue having these two-way deals. I think he could be a real asset if you guys use him wisely and if you guys have confidence in him. I like him for Boston because he can be good with Tatum. So I think it's a win-win for Boston, but you guys need to know how to use him correctly.
So that's the question. Will they?
Yeah.
And then also the second part of that question is he going to be healthy moving forward? This is a guy that's had a lot of knick-knack injuries in his short career so far. Yeah. So you just have to see what it's going to take to get him to be ready to go and to see what you'll be able to do.
But he's only 21, 22, and we saw when he's not injured, we saw what he could do. We saw what he could do.
Yeah. I watched him back at Oregon. He's back at Oregon. He's sensational. He can attack. He can play defense, and he has incredible size. He's a big man. So if he can, he's coming off of foot surgery. So of course we're not going to be able to use him this season, but next season, come back healthy. I think the Celtics should give him a shot. Put him out there, develop him, put him out there, see what he can do, and
make him a starter, please. Yeah. This man should not be coming off the bench. Make this dude a starter.
We need size. The Celtics need size. They need more, 7-footers.
So I like the move.
So I agree. I think this was a good trade. For
it was definitely a good trade.
Yeah, but PJ Dozier, I don't know about him, but I would say the only thing about him being that he could shoot, he would improve the Celtics shooting a bit.
Yeah, he could possibly do that.
PJ's a shooter. But if the Celtics decides to, to re-sign him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this dude, he could be legit, This could be something that could happen. Yeah. Bobo, I think he has another contract. He has another contract for next season. So we'll see. There's only like a certain amount that's not guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ball, he's definitely taken after his dad, Manu Ball, size, can attack, can play defense, like father, like son,
He definitely can do that. Now let me ask you guys this question: who do you think can be out there for the trade season? Like, who do you think is hot right now in terms of having a lot of trade interest? Like, we already know Julius Randle has some trade interest. Who else you guys think? Or who do you think should go and get Julius Randle?
Who should get Julius Randle? Ray, a Knicks fan, this is a question you want to answer first.
Julius Randle. If I'm a team, I'm looking for somebody that could facilitate, because he can facilitate a little bit. He can shoot a little bit. He can pretty much do everything. If I'm a team for somebody like that, Maybe a San Antonio could be a good team for him. San Antonio, I think he could be actually the missing piece. They got Murray over there. You got a lot of defensive players
Young players
in San Antonio. I think bringing somebody that's offensive could be really good for him. Another team, probably Houston, the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
The Rockets could also need. And then I'll probably say Sacramento. Right? Let's say the Fox trade. If the Knicks are looking into getting him, that could be a good trade as well. Definitely.
Let me ask you: you think Jeremy Grant could be traded for?
Definitely. He has a lot of team interest, and even the Celtics is in the trade sweepstakes for him. He got Celtics, Heat, Lakers. I think the Knicks is in the mix for him too.
The Knicks, yeah.
But as a possible thing, it's not official.
Yeah. I mean, I know Ben Simmons could be traded too.
Yeah, he has a lot of trade interest right now, especially when he's on a big time contract with Philly.
Yeah. That means next season.
If I'm a team, right, and I'm looking at Grant, teams that are looking at Grant should be teams that are trying to win right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lakers are probably going to try to get him. Teams that are like top 4, 1 to 4, those teams probably going to be a better chance of getting Grant because he's the missing piece to a championship. I don't think he would be good for lower tier teams like the Knicks, Celtics. Even I don't think the Celtics.
No,
I think you guys need it different.
If we don't have to give him nothing to get him, if we only have to give up a pick, he's worth it at the end of the day. But at the same time, he wants to be the man. So is he okay with coming to Boston and not being the man? That's what, if you're a championship team or a team that's trying to win, that's the question you need to be asking for that young man is, are you okay with coming here trying to win games when you're not going to be the man? Because that's why he left Detroit. He left Denver to go to Detroit for the same contract he would have got in Denver, just for the simple fact of he wanted to be the man. He didn't want to come behind Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic.
That's not going to happen in Boston because you got to ride backseat to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, especially Tatum. Yeah. They want them two guys. It's not going to work over them, so that's going to lead to drama within the team. Chemistry is not going to be good, so. The Celtics will not be a good team for Grant. It has to be maybe San Antonio, maybe Houston, Sacramento,
Okay.
Maybe Oklahoma City, probably. You think over Shea Alexander?
I don't think Shea Alexander is on the market right now. I don't think the OKC is willing to trade him at this moment. I don't think unless it's like Giannis or something like that, then
not trade Shea. I mean, somebody else for Grant. But my question was, do you think Grant going to OKC to play with Shea, could Grant be the man over there? Or is it the Shea show?
It's still Shea, and then you have Josh Giddey, who is actually starting to have a pretty good season out there in Oklahoma.
He's having a good season.
But it's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's team. I mean, Jeremy Grant. I mean, neither one. I mean, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is special. He's not your number one guy. He's probably your number 2 guy. I think if I was Philadelphia, I would love to get Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to Philly to play with Joel Embiid. Not something like that, a trade deal like that. That would make sense. Another guy that I think the guys that are on the market is Eric Gordon, another guy that could be potentially moved, and another guy that can also be potentially moved is Buddy Hield. So,
I wanted Buddy Hield to Boston, man. I'm really desperate for a pure.
I don't know if I like his contract though. His contract is still overpaid. He's way too overpaid. He's way too overpaid for what he. I mean, the guy can shoot. The man can shoot. And I think if you bring Buddy Hield, or you bring him to come in and play on the bench, or you bring him to be a starter, because the way he's getting paid to be a starter. He's not getting
If
paid.
Hill comes in as a starter, that's why I say Brown and Marcus Smart has to go. Brown would be the sacrifice.
I would not take that deal. I would not trade Brown for him. I would not. No, if I'm trading Brown,
Buddy Hield and De'Aaron Fox.
I'm getting if I'm trading Brown, I'm getting De'Aaron. I'm getting Halliburton. Okay, you're giving me Halliburton. All right, that's what
you really like Halliburton like that. Yeah,
Halliburton gets numbers. The Halliburton gets it. He creates. He's a better. He gets more.
Buddy.
He averages more assists. He's a better facilitator. Oh no, I'm not trading Jaylen Brown. But if I'm trading Jaylen Brown, you're giving me them two boys. You giving me De'Aaron Fox and Halliburton. I'm giving you Marcus Smart.
I don't want Jaylen Brown to go. He would just be a sacrifice because Tatum ain't going. Our franchise guy ain't going nowhere.
No, I don't think the Celtics are gonna move off of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. You don't trade Jaylen Brown when he has 3 years left. This is
number two. Tatum and Brown. Yeah, number two, Tatum and Brown. They love playing together. They're fire and ice duo.
They're starting to be hot. So what the Celtics need to do is how can you get players around them? Can you get an Eric Gordon for a second round pick? Can you get a Goran Dragic out of Toronto for a second round pick, which I think that's cool.
Yeah, but I say if the Celtics can't get nobody really valuable, then they should just look at putting Bol out there and just sign minimum players, trade for some picks, focus on the draft.
I think you just got to get better talent. You just got to get better. You got to get better talent around your two stars. Which
Celtics, the Celtics got to do what the Hawks did to become better and get back in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think we got to take a page out of Toronto's. We got to take a page out of Toronto's book, which is I'm gonna give out some guys. I'm gonna get off some guys. I'm gonna get some guys that are more interesting. Like you got to go get a Gary Trent Jr. Like I said, the Celtics don't need another star player. The Celtics need guys around them. Yeah, the Celtics need guys around them that you can count on, you can rely on. Can you get a guy? Can you go get a guy that's like a Norman Powell level or Eric Gordon level
or Buddy Hield?
Where is the Celtics getting? Like, look at the guys that's going on in the Clippers right now, Clipper Nation. How you have all those young wings that are developing and that are starting to do something, and some of them weren't even that high of a pick. Actually, we picked some guys above Boston that's in Los Angeles Clippers. We need some some developing talent in Boston that can make a sense to say, okay, this is a better team. It's kind of like what the Knicks have going on. Like, you got to develop some guys. You can't just have guys on your roster and they're not doing nothing for you. You have to look and develop them.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I totally agree with that.
All right, so Ant, what's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts, Q&A. Who do you guys feel that's going to be moved come trade deadline?
Okay.
Ray, final thoughts?
My final thought is I'm excited to see what happens in these couple weeks. I hope that we can see some exciting trades that a lot of people have been talking about. I'm hoping that maybe this Ben Simmons saga will come to an end and we'll see him finally play probably second half of the season on a different team. I'm just excited to see what happens, man. I'm hoping for some good trades though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Trade season.
Yeah, trade season's here.
It's here.
Like Black Friday.
Yeah. Black Friday.
So like I said.
And Cyber Monday, which is the final.
Monday. Oh yeah, this is a big thing. This is a big thing. Trade season is real.
Yeah. So I love trade season.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It spices things up. It spices it up. You got here. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what your thoughts are. Who you should be trading. Who shouldn't be. Be respectful. Being mindful with just everyday dudes talking about what we love, the NBA game. Talking about who's who's not. You got my man Ant. Got my man Ray. Follow, like, comment, subscribe. Peace and love to the people.